Happy Thursday, everybody. It is Chamber Check-In time. And today I have Richard's Restaurant and Bar General Manager, Mr. Jim Borton. Hi, Jim.
How you doing, Paul?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited to learn a little bit more about the history of how long you've been in the industry, as well as learning about the evolution of Richard's. But first, it's a great opportunity to thank our sponsor, our series sponsor for these Chamber Check-ins for all the way through until they tell me to stop. Delta Dental. And I'm going to show a cool little video. Here we go.
Even though it's different lately, your same smile still beams and laughs at the same things. So remember to keep it active, healthy, well-fed, on track, and connected to the right care and treatment. A message from Delta Dental of Idaho.
Hey, thank you, Delta Dental. You know, with so many health benefits linked to regular dental care, it's a gift to yourself and employees too. Delta Dental offers unique plans designed for small businesses, even like yours, Jim. And then what I've been starting to do, and I told you this before, is before every check-in that I've been doing as Delta Dental is a sponsor, I've been brushing my teeth before this. Are they pretty and white now?
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
Anyway, so Jim, tell us your story. How long have you been in the restaurant industry?
Well, for those that can go way, way back, I used to run a place called the Rock and Rodeo way back on Capitol, 1991, 92, and just evolved to the Black Angus. Toured the country, fixing restaurants with the Black Angus. I joined the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas for a number of years. Moved to with McCormick and Schmick's Steakhouse, and I was in California for about 10 years, but finally got back home. Went to high school here, graduated Boise High, graduated Boise State, marching band, the whole 9 yards. So I got back just over a year ago, and been with Richard's since then, and it's been amazing to be home. It really has.
That's awesome. With your experience, I'm so glad that you're part of that team, because when I first moved here back in 91, I eventually moved to the North End there. And I remember when Richard's was in Hyde Park and it was like Richard's Bakery, and I think it was called Richard's Across the Street or something. So with that, tell us a little bit about the evolution of Richard's.
Well, it started in 1996 with Richard's Bakery and Cafe, like you said, in Hyde Park. And about 2 years after they opened that, an opportunity opened up, ironically, across the street, thus the clever name Richard's Across the Street. And they were there for a number of years. And then they had the opportunity of opening up Cafe Vecino in 2006, which was a small cafe, but very, very, very popular in the Boise market. And they ran that for 10 years. And then, regular guests and fans of the restaurant kind of got together and said, we can do more than this. Let's keep going. And then the opportunity when the Inn at 500 came to town, they were looking for a high-end concept to join them back in 2016, and with banquet and room service and the whole 9 yards, and a beautiful, beautiful dining room. They kind of seized that opportunity to join, with that team, just almost 4.5 years, well, actually 5.5 years ago coming up. And they've just been plugging away, and it's been amazing. I couldn't be happier with what I'm doing right now.
I remember when the Inn at 500 came, and coming to the understanding that Richard's was going to be a part of the culinary experience with the hotel. It was such a good match. So kudos to you guys for doing that.
Yeah, it's been a great relationship. It really has.
Awesome. Well, hey, how was business for you guys from last March, and then maybe how's it going now?
Um, well, last March was kind of an eye opener for obvious reasons. We just, we have a word in our culture that's called pivot, and you learn to adapt, you learn to adjust. When the shutdown happened, we found ourselves closed and needing to build some sort of revenue stream, and we developed a takeout program from scratch that got us, through the spring. And I think we did pretty well there. And then, we have the second story outdoor plaza, which had never been used before. It was there, but never in play. And again, with circumstance, we figured outdoors, that's where people want to be right now. So we moved the entire restaurant up a story and opened up that outdoor plaza. And it was amazing over the summer. It was an untapped resource that we didn't even think about prior to, it's when you get pushed into a corner, you see what you've got. And we're continuing that plaza now. We're back downstairs, obviously, but now we're working both dining rooms, and it's been interesting. We're not quite back to where we were. I don't think we will be for a little bit, but we're better off than we were. I think we learned a lot of lessons during the pandemic that we're going to carry on. We've made operational adjustments that make more sense. So even when this is all behind us, we're going to continue down that road. So there have been some golden linings, very few, but some that have helped us get this far. And it's been exciting, and we're turning the corner. The last 5-6 weeks, we're definitely turning the corner, and it's been fun. And the weather, if I can get it over 70 degrees, is really going to help.
Well, the whole hospitality industry is turned upside down, and you're part of that. And when the airport isn't running on full steam and the hotels aren't running at full steam, it's just a trickle down effect. So we feel for you. So thanks for pivoting and offering different things. We've all learned something from it, right? We've all shifted our sails.
Yeah, it's adapt or just be passed. Everything from the safety protocols to sanitizing everything that anyone could possibly touch. I removed 10 tables to allow for social distancing. My staff's in gloves and masks. We take temperatures, before anyone clocks in. It's right there by the, by the terminal, and it's just become second nature.
Right.
It's just our culture now, and and we're going to continue it until we don't need to continue it. And but it's just who we are. We understand the situation. We want everyone to be happy. Now that the vaccines are starting to turn the corner and more staff. I got my second shot last week. As that slowly grows, I think we're going to see a lot more foot traffic and people being more comfortable getting back together with people they haven't seen for a long time.
Absolutely. I've been also hearing a ton of stuff about staffing and those issues, and that it's a major concern. So as general manager of Richards, what are you doing to maintain your staff and recruit new?
I think for us, it's the staff that we have and the way that they speak of Richards. They're proud of working there. It's a fun environment, very family driven. The benefits and the perks are great. But I've always told my staff there's a difference between having to go to work and getting to go to work. So we do everything we can to build that culture of you get to come to work. I get to go there tomorrow. I don't have to, but I get to. It's an opportunity. And that's with everyone from my dish staff to my host staff. We've always been very selective, in our personnel. So it's never been super easy. But we're putting the right people in the right places. And again, it's not necessarily you're the greatest server per se, but who you are matches who we are. And it just flywheels. It just feeds itself. And it's an awesome place to work.
I can tell the culture's elevated there, and you know, and Richard says it as well. Him and his wife. There's a quote on your website, and I'd love to read that here. He's as life starts to return to normal, we find ourselves craving community. For us at Richards, that means eating together, not in front of the TV, but across from folks you perhaps haven't been able to spend time with for months. That's from Richard and Melinda Langston on their website. So you can already tell the culture, that the top of the food chain all the way down to well, you can reverse that, right? The culture from your dish staff all the way to the top of the leaders. It seems like there's a lot of synergy there, Jim.
It's both Richard and Melinda, come from a strong family background of entertaining, and with grandparents and parents, and that whole family environment that they brought with them. And it really is like that. It's fun to work that dining room and then just watch people enjoying themselves and talking. And as the pandemic starts to wane a little bit, we're seeing larger groups. We're not taking big groups, but parties of 6 or 7 that haven't seen grandma and grandpa, since the holidays, and really enjoy their time. It does stretch out table turns a little bit, I'll admit that. That extra cup of coffee seems to always be necessary, but it really is. It's a lot of fun to see people reconnect.
Hey, so I've got your website and their phone number to give you guys a call at the bottom of the screen. So tell us, what are your hours of operations? Do we need to make a reservation and get our taste buds going? What do you got on the menu coming up?
Well, the bar opens up at 4 o'clock, 7 days a week. Once the weather changes, which we're planning on this Saturday, getting the plaza upstairs fired up again, now that we can get out of the 50s. The bar opens up at 4, dinner service at 5. We have an amazing brunch on Saturdays, Sundays from 10 to 2. Happy hour from 4 to 6, Fridays, Saturdays, 9 to 10. And our menu is so scratch, and our cocktails, my bar manager, Kayla Otto, she develops these cocktails, puts her heart and soul into them. And so the quality is just, I put it up against anyone. I really would. And I haven't always been able to say that, but I definitely would. I'm super proud of what we're doing. In terms of the food, my favorite is our ravioli. It's not necessarily calorie conscious, but nor am I. So that works out well. I just love everything on the menu. And, when I can have a situation where my folks can come in, sit anywhere they want, order anything they want, get served by anyone who does, and I don't have to worry about it. That's kind of my kind of level. That's where I want to be. And that's where I find myself right now. So it's really kind of nice.
Awesome. Jim, it's been so good to talk with you. And, I'll let everybody else know, Jim, you also participate with the Chamber on our ambassador program. So thank you for taking that time. It means a lot to us. Thanks to Richard and Melinda's investment in the community and hiring good people that get to go to work, and also how your investment here elevates the things that you guys invest in. And you're buying local, you're investing in the community that you serve, you're hiring good people. Thanks again, Jim, for a little bit of a story on Richards.
No, thank you. I really appreciate the time, Paul.
You bet. Hey, have a good weekend, and I'll see you down there for happy hour soon.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Bye-bye.